Hey guys, we are Savoy. We just got finished taking Dauphin from France and taking nothing from Provence. We were greedy again. This is the maybe third time in a war that we've taken a war that we could have easily and quickly won, saving ourselves tons of money in funding our troops and in pissing off our allies. We thought we could get this single province of province from these guys without taking any of their territory. So we basically let them keep all this territory, took this, and then sat on it and waited. The problem is it's 62 war score to buy this from them, and you only get 25 war score from having it. So we slowly built our war score up to 52, but that wasn't quite enough to get province from them. So after millions of years, one of our allies, Lithuania, got pissed off that we were just keeping them at war forever for no reason, and now we hate them because they left the war early. And it's sad that we hate them for leaving the war early when it's clearly our fault for keeping them at war for so damn long. And I'm really sorry about that, Lithuania, and I wish I could make it up to you, but we're going to hate you for probably 20 years now. So that's really sad. And that's my story. So there's currently a giant coalition against us of England, France, Austria, Provence, Venice, and Tuscany, and a bunch of little tiny places throughout the empire, Cologne, Hansa, Bavaria, stuff like that. Everyone hates us basically because we keep taking territory from others. But we have this coalition of friends, Lithuania, Poland, Hungary, Castile, and Denmark, and we're so constantly in defensive wars that our allies feel obligated to help us with that they never get to actually fight any wars of their own to expand their empire. So that's awesome. They're basically my little lackeys. So constantly fighting in support of myself and never fighting in support of any of them. And that's how I selfishly have a very large empire. Pretty cool. Ledger tells me that the current maximum force limits are from the Ottomans, second place is Muscovy, and then England, and then Austria, and then me. So France is no longer in second place because I've slowly kicked their butts. Castile is still doing quite well. I'm surprised they haven't integrated Aragon yet, probably because integration only works when you're at peace, and they're never at peace because they're constantly coming to my aid. Currently, though, my manpower is like 0, basically. The manpower of everyone in the top of the game is basically 0 because we're all constantly fighting each other. So people like Portugal that just stay at peace all the time have all this manpower reserve. It's pretty funny. So that's where the world sits, and my current plan is to just keep poping it up. I continue to be the Curia controller, as well as having the Pope be on my side and stuff, and keep my friends friendly and my enemies enemy. I'm going to continue to sabotage the reputation of people who won't be nice to me, like Venice, to make sure that they can't do cool things like not die and such. So I am excommunicating Venice, which gives everyone casus belli against them. And I'm also going to sow discontent and sabotage their reputation. Well, just sabotage their reputation so that everyone attacks them. And that will basically keep my enemies tiny and crappy. So we sabotaged the reputation of Austria and France and Venice. We'll do Venice in a sec. During peace, I like to play at 5x because nothing scary can really happen. Sabotage reputation. Rawr. Alright. And we've finished improving relations with Castile. And our diplomat is now available to sabotage the reputation of anyone else we want. We currently have a truce, I think, with France, although it's not listed. Let's check. Actually, we can just check our own diplomatic thing. We currently have a truce with Alsace, Armagnac, Bourbon, France, Provence, Aachen, Cologne, Munster, Trier, Württemberg, Navarra, Modena, Venice, Liege, and Utrecht, but not England and not Austria. So if we declare war on anyone, England and Austria will come punch us right in the nose. So we're probably going to sit with the peace for as long as we can, building up our manpower reserves. Lose prestige. I'm okay with that. And let's keep making friends with people. I'm going to improve. Well, maybe we should make enemies. It's a trade-off. You can make friends or you can make enemies. These are the people that like me, the green ones, and these are the people that are in a coalition against me. So I'd like to destroy some of the people in a coalition against me without having to do anything. So, for example, sow discontent with Lorraine might be funny. people with only one territory, if they get a revolt that's big enough, they'll just die. And I like people that have two territories that are not connected, because if they get a revolt, they'll just die too. So I'm gonna support rebels in the Hansa, even though the Catholic zealot rebels over there are not very huge. And we'll see what happens, what comes of that. This is the first time I've ever played with this sabotage, or support rebel sabotage type stuff. It's kind of interesting. So the Hansa has all this disconnected territory. They've got 35,000 troops, but 2 of their territories can't be reached. So it's pretty funny. And we like to, I don't know. My diplomats don't have anything to do because I've already made the people who like me as much as I can, and the people who hate me so much that I can't change their minds. So, what else am I going to do? Be my friend, Castile. Yes, you may walk through my territory. So I used to be making tons of money, like 26 bucks a month, but then I decided to buy a guy for 26 bucks a month who gives me tons and tons of administrative power, because I'm falling pretty far behind technologically in the administrative power tech as well as the diplotech. I don't care at all about the diplotech, but I do want to stay relatively close to my neighbors in administrative tech. So you can see I'm 7, 4, 11, and all of my neighbors are 9, 11, 11, 10, 10, 11, 9, 11, 10, 10, 10, 10. So I'm at least 3, if not 4 diplomatic techs, administrative techs behind. And that's pretty intentional. I like to stay behind on administrative and diplomatic techs because it's not important to be caught up, and they're cheaper the further behind you get. So it lets you spend your administrative tech on things like buildings that make you more money, and coring new territory that makes you more money, and improving your stability that makes you more money, and all those sorts of things. So whenever there's something that I can spend administrative power on other than technology, I will tend to do it. But I still want to, eventually catch up on admin tech, and that will allow me to do some neat stuff, like have a third idea, in which I'll probably take a military idea, because I'm caught up on military tech, right? It's only important to stay caught up on military tech. All the other techs you can fall behind on. Improve relations with Hungary. So it's kind of funny. Lithuania, Poland, and Hungary as allies. You have to have all of them so that Lithuania can walk through Poland and Hungary in order to get to you. It's kind of interesting that way. Keep improving relations with our enemies, even though it won't help us any. Just lets them know that I'm willing to reconcile if they are, but they certainly aren't. We finally saved up enough money for a building. There's no way we're going to spend money on anything at this point. Let's keep sabotaging the reputation of Venice. Sabotage the reputation of Venice. I think I'm going to stop being the rival of Genoa, because that hasn't amounted to anything. So Provence, France, and maybe Venice. Venice is directly on my border, so rivaling them will maybe give me a quest to go take their territory, which could be cool. Speaking of quests, I don't currently have a quest because the only quests I have are stupid. I haven't embraced the Counter-Reformation because I don't have any Protestantism in my land. And spy offense or spy offense. Or prestige. Prestige is better. Spy offense is interesting, but it's not good. It's just interesting. And then in my new territories, I don't even have any of the financial buildings, so I need to build those up. I lost an advisor. It looks like my diplomatic advisor has left me, who's my diplomatic reputation advisor, which is extremely important to me because it allows me to turn vassals into best friends much quicker. Why did suddenly my economy... Oh, I got blockaded because England declared war on me, so suddenly my income dropped dramatically because I'm being blockaded. So funding my army only cost me $4 a month, whereas my advisors cost me 24, which is the entire budget of my country. So I'm making 21, 26. That's weird. That doesn't seem to add up. Oh, it's because I'm supporting rebels. So probably the Hansa Rebellion was successful, and then okay. This doesn't seem to add up. So it's 4 plus 24 is 28, and then we got 28. So we should be breaking even, and instead we're losing a bunch of money. So how is this balance not working out? Total expenses. What are expenses that are not listed? Oh, because this is really 13, even though it says 4. It's just lagging behind up there. That's dumb. Okay, so we're currently at war with England and the Palatinate and Friesland. I believe England has a big army, 83,000 troops. No, 110,000 troops. They have a much bigger army than we do. But their big army isn't super scary because they tend not to, like, attack me with it. What's really crippling here is that Castile, my ally since the very first turn of the game, has dropped me as an ally? No, they haven't. They're still my ally, but they won't help me against England for some reason. Poland will help me. Denmark will help me. Hungary will help me. England is in Hungary for some weird reason. The Palatinate is also in Hungary for some weird reason. This is the Savoyan Punitive War. Castile is very important to me because without them, I don't think I have the army size to win this war. And they're not coming. They didn't break the alliance, but they didn't come either. How is that even possible? I guess they didn't get called in. They're probably already at war. Yeah, they're already at... No, let's check this. They must already be at war with England. Yeah, they're fighting England on the side of Hungary. They're fighting Muscovy and England together, and Denmark on the side of Hungary. So they can't fight England on my side because they're already fighting on Hungary's side. So this is the type of thing that when you base your entire country's safety on having powerful allies, and then your allies don't come in when someone attacks you, it's really bad. Oh my gosh. So I have to drink water. It's so bad. I don't know what's going to happen in this war, but I'm not going to win it. I can tell you that right now. And I don't know what I'm going to have to give up to get out of it. But hopefully Castile and Hungary will beat up England enough that I can get some peace out of this. Let's see. It's the Frisian Punitive War. So Friesland attacked me and England decided to come to their aid. So they control the sea, so we can't attack England's mainland. And they can attack anywhere at any time. They have -3 stability, so we might be able to cripple England by using our spies. So we stopped being papal controller too, which is quite sad. This guy's youngest, this guy's cheapest. So we'll go with this guy. And I could actually get 2 of them. I could get this guy too. But he's pretty old. Castile's really investing in the young guy. Curated controller is England, so I don't really need to keep Castile out. I just need to keep England out. Although, I have 2 and England has 3 and Castile has 1, so I don't mind giving up 1 to Castile. So maybe this guy. Yeah. Alright, so I've got control of 3 guys. Should get the next seat. Alright, so this war with England. I can't win it militarily. I only have 13,000 manpower and 14,000 men. They massively outnumber me and my allies. I think just England might massively outnumber me and my allies. What's going on with the Palatinate? How many troops does England have? Man. England has almost 100,000 troops and 30,000 manpower. That's insane. Comparing them to Savoy, which is me, I've got 15,000, they've got 107,000. And my ally Poland has 32,000, and my ally Hungary has 17,000. So we can't fight England. We got to get out of this war. I need it. I need all my diplomats to come home. Everybody come home. It is time to go talk to England about how they should focus on their internal politics. I mean, policies, and not bug me so much. So do I want to take a loan just to fund an army that has no chance of winning? I don't think so. So let's stop funding the army, and we'll even get rid of this guy. I've been wanting to get rid of him for a long time. So now we're making money. I think we're gonna sit on our advisor, even though he's crazy expensive. At some point, we'll probably have to fire this guy because we just can't afford to keep him and do well in the world. Oh, I have one too many military leaders too because I'm no longer Popington. So I gotta boot this guy. Boot to the head. Yeah, no. Right? So that gives me 1179, which is just an insane amount of monarch power coming in. I'm very happy about it. If I could stay at peace. That is my only goal in life, is to stay at peace. So when I get my first diplomat home, I'm going to try to get out of this war. Okay, what will they take to get out of the war? It'll cost me 43 war score. Savoy will end the vassalization of Switzerland and pay 96 ducats. I'm kind of okay with that, because even though Switzerland is huge and they provide me with 0.8 gold per month and a couple of troops, maybe 7,000 troops, 5,000 troops, it's not that big of a deal, and I'd much rather actually just take Switzerland, because the whole idea of vassalizing them before was that I was this big and they were this big, and I was like, wow, a vassal that's almost as big as me. But now it's just a wasted diplomatic relation. So screw you, Switzerland. I'm out. That's what I got to say about that. Yes, in exchange for not being at war with someone who will clearly crush me, I will give up Switzerland as a vassal. So now we are at peace. Good. It's going to take forever to core this territory, by the way. And now that Switzerland is not our vassal, and they still don't like us, even though we have plus 200 improved relations with them, I think it's time to kill Switzerland. What do you think? So I think we have a truce with France and England now. The only one that we don't have a truce with is Austria. And Castile is not in a war with Austria, although they are in a crazy war that they're probably going to lose, so maybe it's not a good idea to count on Castile for very much. Lithuania still won't befriend me. They would take an alliance, but they can't. Denmark will probably come to my aid. I wonder if I could take Austria. I don't think I should be fighting any wars, but just keep that in mind. At some point, we're going to take Switzerland. Not a point soon, but some point. So we have negative money, so we're going to end up taking out an automatic loan in a sec. Tuscany wants to walk around in our territory even though we hate them. We will say yes, because we always want to be as nice as we can to people we hate. That's how you make the real money. It's by being nice to people you hate, who hate you back. That's where the money comes from. Booyah. So we could get morale of navies, diplomatic reputation, nothing good. We're having financial issues. Okay. So we are allied still with lots of people, but I'm beginning to think we need to get Bohemia on our side. Oh, Bohemia used to be cool, man. Bohemia, you've really changed. So I shouldn't have burned the bridge of Venice. Now we got Venice and Switzerland to worry about. So, question, if we get somebody to attack Austria, then can we kill someone small before the truce with France runs out? That's what I'm thinking. So let us sow discontent, and then Sabotage reputation. We can't support rebels because it's really expensive, but we can infiltrate the administration. And maybe issue an embargo. They're not our rivals, so issuing an embargo seems like a bad idea. Speaking of which, we should probably rival them, because having little tiny rivals like Provence seems dumb. I don't like being rivaled with Provence. I would rather be rivaled with Austria, because they're huge. Or Venice, because they're right next to me. But I'll be rival of Austria's just so that I can embargo them for free. Alright, so all my spies are talking to Austria about how much I hate them. And now we can get this guy for spy offense. Sweet. And now we're just barely breaking even every month. Building up our manpower and just being annoying to Austria. They want to eradicate some heretics. I don't know what response they expected from me. Like, yeah, let's totally eradicate heretics. Good idea. They're not even asking me for anything. They're just like telling me, hey, you want to eradicate heretics. I'm like, I hear ya. You want to eradicate heretics. Good point. Alright, let's keep Castile as friendly as can be. And Hungary. Castile and Hungary are getting crushed by England and Russia, don't forget. England is crushing France, it looks like. They took some more French territory, maybe? Which is good. I like when everybody fights and I am not that everybody person. This is the problem with France, Austria, me, and Castile constantly having battles with Lithuania, Poland, and Hungary involved, is that suddenly England has 200,000 troops at their disposal and just kills us all. So, whoops, you know? Whoops. I'm hovering at 0 income in exchange for tech. I'm teching up right now. No money coming in. Lots of tech. Lots of tech. You can hire a free military leader if you want to. If you want to. If you want to. Nice. Okay, so we dodged a bullet on that last war, but we're being really mean to Austria, and I want to see if it actually has an effect, because so far I haven't seen any. So how do we tell what their stability is? What's the stability of Austria? We probably have to look in the ledger. They're part of the Holy Roman Empire. They're in a truce with lots of people, but not me. They are allied with England, Lithuania, Alsace, Lorraine, Mainz, and Genoa. They're in a coalition against me. They have a royal marriage with England, Lithuania, Unspec, Lorraine, and Thuringia. Improving relations with those same people and having those same people improve relations with them. Alright. How do I know? Opinions about Austria? No. I don't know how to tell if my spies are awesome. You know? It's just like, I'm looking at you, Austria. I'm using all my diplomats to just kind of stare at you. And I have a lot of them, diplomats. Lots of diplomats just staring at Austria right now. Okay, we're out of money. Just keep control of all 3 of those guys as long as we can. How can we get some money? We could disband some of our stuff. Interest. Oh, we're paying off a loan. Army maintenance and advisor maintenance. Is there any way I could just earn more money instead of lowering expenses? It seems unsustainable, sir. Seems unsustainable, sir. I gotta fire this guy. Even though I just hired him. It was a waste of money to hire him because I can't afford to pay him. I'm making 1.6 and I hired a guy that cost 1.6, but I didn't realize that the 0.05 part was an important part of the equation. Alright. Administrative power time to tech up. Alright. We got neighbor bonus of 15%, which is crazy good. I'm very happy about that. Dauphin has been not integrated yet, so I wonder if that has an effect on our tech cost. Does not seem to. Ooh, how sweet is that? So first we'll tech up. Great. Then we could get production in level 9, and then we could get level 10. Over here we'll boost stability. Then we'll take this. So now we're stability 2. Kind of fun being stability 2. And we will convert the Protestants and Gaiu to our religion. No, we won't. And then we could tech up again with a 10% neighbor bonus. But I think we're going to wait it out. Because plus 10% production efficiency is plus... actually, that's plus 0.7 per month. Which is a lot. It's almost $1 a month. It's not like we need the administrative power for something else. So the next one is the idea, which will give us a military idea, which will allow us to spend our military power on something other than being way ahead of tech on military. So that's good. I wonder what government type we are. I've never changed government types. I've never seen the point, because all the government type benefits are basically the same thing. I mean, not the same thing, but they don't matter very much, in my opinion. But I might be wrong. I'm a feudal monarchy. That gives me plus... What bonuses does that give me? Feudal monarchy is plus 10% manpower and plus 10% income from vassals. I could switch to... Looks like a despotic monarchy. Or... pretty soon an administrative monarchy that gives me production efficiency and national tax. So I could go from being good at fighting to being good at getting money. Good at teching up, basically. I have kind of switched the focus of my empire from fighting to teching up, so maybe it wouldn't be a terrible thing to do that. I feel under constant threat of attack. I feel like I should spend this 25,000 manpower on making an army big enough so that people don't want to attack me. Especially since, like, even Bavaria has 27,000 troops at this point, and Bavaria is just this. Like, I'm huge, and I only have 14,000 troops. I'm really placing a lot of emphasis on my allies, and I don't like that idea. England had a -3 stability at some point. Sowing discontent makes it so that they can't up their stability very easily. So I'd like to keep them at -3 stability, but I'd also like to know if they still actually are at -3 stability. So I don't know how to know that. Let's see. Economy, country, stability. There we go. So they're at -1. They already bought in. They already bought that stability, unfortunately. So I should have done it right when I wanted to, but I was so scared of England, and I'm like, you know what? Basically, I'm never going to be able to beat you, so I might as well let you get as strong as you want. Also, my goal is eventually to be friends with England, although I keep saying that, and it's never going to happen, because from the very beginning of the game, they hate me, and then every time they go to war with me, they hate me a little bit more. Score comparison, military rating. Ew, I'm not even doing well in military. It's very sad. Score this month? Savoy, that's me. I'm only 0.66. Castile is winning. Economy, that's what I wanted. So, income overview. Who has the highest income? There we go. So we say nobody, right? We look at just nobody. What? Why is that not nobody? It should be nobody. Why is Provence on the list? Anyway, that's me, Savoy. I have the highest income of anyone. France actually just passed me 2 seconds ago. Okay, France. I can't believe France has an income at all. We need to punch France right in the face. So we have a long-term goal. Build up our manpower. Yes. No, that's bad. We lost our guy. He never got elected to anything. He just died without being elected. That's tragic. This is the new. This is where all our hopes and dreams will go. We need to beat England. All right. We can get plus 50 opinion of everybody, but minus opinion of Austria, but, you know, screw Austria. Or we can get minus opinion of everybody. So let's see. This is France, Denmark. Nobody else matters. Bohemia. I mean, I was close to being friends with Bohemia, maybe, so we'll go along with it. After Emperor Charles V had rejected the Protestant confessional position at the Imperium, the North German Protestant imperial estates formed the League of Splugelbla, which a joint army and treasury to seek ties abroad, France. The League enjoyed early success as the emperor was threatened by Turkish danger and his forced to conclude religious peace settlements in Nuremberg and Caden. I will support your nonsense.